Hi everyone, happy Friday. This is your daily reading for October 5th, 2018, and I am Morgana Britt. If you'd like to learn more about me and what I do, check out the links in the description. It is Friday. I am going to read your overall energy for this day using the Sacred Rebel Oracle. So what is your energy for this Friday, October 5th, 2018? What is the energy that is going to guide this reading today? You have defend to the end the worthwhile. So you might be at a point where you're standing up for whatever it is you believe in. Whatever is happening today, if there's something worth fighting for, this is telling you to fight for it. If you feel in your heart this is something that is important, that you need to stand your ground on, then it's something you have to do. It could cause you some emotional trouble. It could cause you, some pushback. If you were watching this yesterday, then the aspirational card actually was very similar to this message. It had a very similar stand your ground kind of energy. The same message goes here is find your truth, figure out what is worth standing up for, worth losing people for. Because sometimes, friendships and even family relationships can't withstand certain things. They can't withstand boundaries. They can't withstand different beliefs. And sometimes that brings drama. Sometimes that brings negative emotions and negative experience. You're going to have to push through that and really, like I said, stand your ground. Stay strong in what you believe. In times like this, when you're really coming into finding this belief, finding your own personal truth, it's really easy for the world around us to look like it's trying to take that away from us, to look like it's trying to say, you know what, you are giving out too much light. And there are beings or spirits or whatever you want to call it, there are beings out there that don't support your light, that don't want to let your light spread. You have to fight. You have to fight against fear. You have to fight against, other people's anger or hatred. You have to fight against people who want to put your ideas down. And it doesn't sound like the most pleasant thing, but you really have to believe in yourself and defend it if it's something that means the difference between having light in your soul or succumbing to darkness or doing what someone else wants you to do, even though it doesn't fill you up. It doesn't bring you joy. It doesn't bring you understanding. It doesn't bring you knowledge. So let's see what your aspirational energy is today. This is the card that you can sort of reach towards or aspire to. This is the energy that if you're able to overcome your challenges, you may find ahead for you. Okay, so what is your aspirational energy today? You have the Six of Swords. So I do believe this was your clarifier in the monthly reading. I don't have it playing at the moment, so I don't really remember 100%, but I think so. And the message is very much similar in that way, is, you are going to be going through an emotional journey. What are you taking with you as far as your mindset? What lessons from your childhood or from your past are you carrying with you? What scars, what pains are you bringing with you? And how are they serving you? Are they slowing you down? Are they holding you back? Or are they inspiring you? Are they giving you energy and making you make this emotional journey, making you cross this bridge into a new life? Or are they weighing you down? With this in your aspirational position, you might find that you're trying to escape the emotional minefield that you're starting to dig into. Especially if you're the kind of person who's really, especially if you're the person that yesterday's reading resonated with, then there's a big possibility you're still in that process of looking at yourself and trying to get in touch with the darkness inside of you and get below the surface. And if that is something that you're dealing with, it might not be the most positive thing for you, but it is something that you believe is worthwhile. Why else would you continue on that path? You believe that healing and growth are worth it. And with this Six of Swords, you might discover something that makes you kind of want to leave it behind. Whether that means leave behind the work that you're doing right now or leave behind the pain. Whatever it is, you're trying to kind of just escape it. But that's not going to help you heal. So like I said, if you're trying to take this journey, you got to be real with it and figure out what mindset, what ideas, what thoughts you're bringing along with you while you're going through this emotional change. So let's see what's challenging you on the physical level. This is concerning, your body, your projects, your health, your relationships, just anything that is affecting you on the earthly physical realm. So what is your challenge for Friday, October 5th, 2018? You have the Knight of Wands. You might find yourself in arguments today. That's possibly what the defense of the end is for. You might find yourself having to argue with people about the way you're feeling or the way you're trying to get answers, the way you are living your life. You might just have to say no to people who don't take that the right way. Whatever it is, you're going to find that today you might be facing a little bit of discord, a little bit of negative energy coming your way. People who maybe don't want to see you succeed, or they get jealous, or alternatively, you are sabotaging yourself because for whatever reason you may be worrying about the experience or the future or how people are going to respond to you. And so the work that you're doing might get interrupted today. It might get paused and you're not necessarily feeling great about that. Whatever work you're doing to try to dig into yourself and learn on a more spiritual level might be disrupted by earthly things like bills or, like I said, arguments or relationships that end. Breakups could happen if you've been really considering leaving a relationship for a while. Today might be the day that you're fed up and you put yourself out, or it could be the day that your partner has that experience and is just I gotta go. Whatever it is, there's a lot of discord for you today in the physical realm. And maybe this has to do with the stars and the moon and just the planets' alignment right now. Maybe it has to do with two warring zodiac signs. Maybe it's just one of those days. Okay, so I'm just seeing a lot of discord here. So let's see what you can do to overcome all this kind of negative, not quite the best energy, this argumentative, discordant energy, this unable to finish a project or a task that you've been working on because of something that actively interrupts it and stops you from pursuing something you're trying to pursue. How can you overcome all of that jazz? You have the Fool and the King of Cups. So whatever happens today, whatever negative energy that comes your way, this is telling you to try to take it in stride. Try to be open to it. Try new things. New ways to overcome your negative feelings. New ways to overcome your inability or to talk to people who are rude to you. Try to be more creative in the way you respond, in the way you deal with these negative energies that might be coming at you today. Try to avoid being reckless, avoid being avoid jumping headfirst into things, but don't be so avoidant that you're living in fear, or that you're just completely not trying anything. And if someone says something ridiculous or that you don't quite like, see if you can allow yourself to laugh through that. See if you can stop and look at how they're saying it, or try to look into their heart and see, if they're the kind of person who would actually be doing that, or if it's paranoia that you're feeling. And if you are pushed into having an argument, don't use words just to hurt someone. Okay, just if you have to argue with someone, if you have to have one of those days where you're just pushed to that point, don't let yourself try to hurt people. Don't let yourself say things that you know are going to cause pain and you don't mean them. With whatever negative energy comes your way today, just try to let it slide off your back. Try to just let it go and say, you know what, this is all the process. What is happening right now is going to end up being worth it. Okay, with this as your overall energy, whatever energy is coming to you today, try to remember that it is worth it, that whatever you're going through is going to bring you to this point where you can start to change and grow in a way that's going to bring you healing. And just try to trust the universe, even if it doesn't look like everything is going your way. Try not to let yourself get resentful. Try not to let yourself try not to let that negative energy get into your heart. Okay? Don't let it get into your heart. Don't let it eat at you. Just try to let it go. Try to let it slide off your back. So let's see what's going on underneath that may help us understand a little bit more about this energy that's coming at you on the physical level. What is your challenge on the emotional, mental, and spiritual level for Friday, October 5th, 2018? You have the King of Cups. So just as the King of Cups here is telling you to avoid being resentful and to get creative with how you deal with things and to really get in touch with your heart center, this is what your challenge is right now. You're having trouble pulling yourself away from those negative energies. You don't want to let them eat at you, but they are. Like I said, there's the possibility of an end of a relationship today, and if that's happening, you might be feeling very unhappy. You might be heartbroken. You might be confused or lost or have no idea what you're supposed to do now or where you're supposed to go. But you should know that this is worthwhile. What you're going through, what's happening right now. This card is always telling you that the end game is for change for you, for healing for you. And whatever it is worth going through. But right now, you're not seeing that. You're really just kind of stuck in that negative energy. You're stuck in your emotions. You're not really able to control those emotions. They're just kind of everywhere. You're sad, you're angry. And that's probably why you've come across a lot of this negative energy today, is because of what's going on inside. This is energy that you're already projecting out. And so it's just coming back at you. So let's see what you can do to overcome this negative energy, overcome this kind of being out of control of your emotions and being stuck and held down by like the monsters that live within you. So what can you do to stop being stuck by these monsters, to overcome this challenge of negative in your emotions? You have the Hanging Man and the Knight of Swords. Often I think of the Hanging Man as almost a reverse of the Fool, or very similar to the Fool in that he asks you to take a leap of faith. He doesn't know what is going on underneath. He doesn't know what's going to happen if he lets go of his chains. And I say let go because he's not actually tied up. The chains are very loose, and it's clear that he could easily just unloop himself. But he's afraid of what could happen once the chains have been released. Once he lets go and is free, he could fall and he could get hurt. Or he could just float, or he could land safely. He doesn't know. And I think this card is often saying that same kind of thing. It's like you're bound by these chains, but you can take them off. Whatever this negative energy that is going on inside of you, whatever is eating at you, you're dealing with it by trying to push through it. The Hanging Man is all about making certain sacrifices. And that sacrifice could be letting go of the pain that you're holding on to, this negative energy, whether you're holding on to it because of pride or because you just don't know what life is like if you let go of that anger, if you let go of that depression, that sadness. And I know it's not as easy as just immediately letting go, but if today you're able to, let yourself move through this energy gently and let it go, you could be on your way to healing. But I think with the Knight of Swords, you might be thinking too hard about how you're healing. You might be spending too much time trying to figure out the process for healing and the process for getting better, that you're not actually letting the healing take place. You're not actually letting these negative emotions get out. You're just trying to find new ways to cope with them, new ways to deal with them, but you're not actually letting yourself heal them. Pay attention to what's going on inside of you. Pay attention to what is really affecting you and whether it's true to who you are. Whether it's causing you trouble being true to who you are and why. If these emotions that you have going on are making it difficult for you to be yourself, or the subject of those emotions is making it difficult. So whatever you're feeling this negativity about, why are you feeling that negativity? Is it because this thing is keeping you from being true to your spirit? And if it is, then it's time to take that leap. Okay, both of these are always in my head telling you to take a leap of faith, trust yourself, and be true to yourself. They're telling you that something about you is not being authentic. And you're having trouble internally, emotionally, because you're not being authentic to yourself. And if it's a relationship that needs to end, maybe it's the relationships that's keeping you from being authentic. Maybe it's the thing that you're arguing about today. Maybe it's whatever is causing this discord. You aren't really being true to yourself about it. And when you're trying to be true to yourself, it starts up all these emotions. It starts up all this negative energy. And this is also saying to be careful of saying you're being yourself just so that you can be rude or obnoxious or loud or angry and let out all those negative emotions. There's a difference in being authentic about how you feel and using those negative feelings, using that anger, using that darkness inside of you and saying, and pushing it on other people and saying, this is me being authentic. This is just the real me. If you don't like the real me, you can get out of here. If you don't like the real me, you can go. You can't take it. You can't handle it. That is not being authentic. That's just kind of being a jerk. There is a huge difference, and this is telling you to be very careful about what you're calling authenticity, what you're saying is the real you. Be careful about what you're claiming to be the true you, because with this reading, whatever you're doing right now, it is not authentic to your spirit, and you are having such trouble with it. There is a storm, a rage inside of you, because you are trying to force yourself to be a certain way, or force things in your life to work a certain way, because you think that's how you can heal. But you are going through a transition. You are finding an emotional change. And if you are able to be truly authentic to yourself and truly take that leap of faith and know that everything that you're going through right now is going to bring you to a healthier place, it is going to be worth it for you, then you will be able to overcome these negative emotions that are kind of eating at you. So let's see what your end of a day energy is What is the energy to close out this Friday? And of course, I would like to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here and for liking and subscribing. It really, really rocks my world. So thank you 1,000 times. Again, go ahead and check out those links in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, all you got to do is like, subscribe, and click that bell so that you can get notifications. So what's your energy for the end of this day? You have 3 of Cups. And you have strength. So I think you're going to be able to overcome these emotions, overcome all this negativity. If you're able to stay in touch with your heart center, stay in touch with the lightness that is inside of you, be able to laugh through this and let things slide off your back, and you're able to actually see the real you and get to who you truly are and stop overthinking it and stop overanalyzing it, you are going to find yourself joyful. You're going to be able to connect better with other people. You're going to start feeling more balanced. You're going to feel stronger within yourself, and you're going to feel more true to yourself. And even if you just take one small step, you're going to feel able to celebrate it. And you are able to celebrate it. You deserve to celebrate it. Take that step and celebrate the goodness in your life. Celebrate healing and change, and know again that everything you're going through is going to be worth it in the end. You're going to find that this emotional journey that you're taking is going to help you make an entire mindset change that is going to bring you to new understanding, new knowledge, and things that you are going to feel are worthwhile. Try to have fun today. Try to have fun with friends, with family. Have a good time. Laugh even when things don't go your way. And try to overcome these negative emotions and not let them control the way you interact with people. Try not to let them make you become a jerk under the guise of being true to yourself and being authentic. Find the true you. Find what's the truth of your heart center, okay? So let's see finally what your energy is for the weekend. For Saturday and Sunday, October 6th and 7th, what is your transitioning energy? This is just to give you a little bit of insight of what you may expect for this coming weekend. So what is your energy for the weekend of October 6th and 7th, 2018? Inspiration. Exactly. You are going to come through this emotional journey, and you are going to know that this healing is possible for you. And you're going to start to figure out what's really going to work for you instead of all this other stuff that you've been trying because it looked good or because someone else said it would work. And you're really going to figure out, or at least have some ideas of what's going to help you flourish, what's going to help you blossom, what's going to help you with this mindset shift. Your mind is going to grow and change, okay? Your mind is a wonderful, beautiful gift. Let it lead you. Let that intuition guide you. Listen to your heart center. Take a leap of faith and trust yourself to be okay if you're true and honest with who you are. All right, that's your reading for Friday, October 5th, 2018. Thank you 1,000 times for joining me. I will see you on Monday. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Remember always that I love you. Bye.